Hey guys, welcome back to FIFA 22 CF Fuenlabrada Career Mode, and today we will be looking at the last game in this calendar month and of course to the next month as well. But before going that, we are going to complete another signing in the very next minute or next few minutes, but of course sit tight and enjoy because right now we are still trying to fight for the promotion spot. And of course, I said it before, I addressed it before. Our team is probably not the strongest nor the weakest in the league. So it is going to be a very tough challenge in terms of, just going for the promotion, going for the automatic promotion. It is going to be very tough. Right now, we're sitting at around like mid-table, seventh or eighth, or might be sixth right now. But of course, it is going to be a very tough battle. But right now, we still have a few days before the January transfer window closes. And of course, I have intended to make one more signing because we just sold Mikel Agu, which is possibly our one of the better central defensive midfielders that we have. But of course, selling him for around, I believe, 600 to 800k, which means that I will be signing another CDM before the end of the January transfer window closes. And of course, as teasers, as I said it just now, I will be signing one CDM. But in terms of which player, I will not talk about it yet. But of course, just sit tight and make sure that you guys tag along. But before moving on to the main part of this episode, I want to talk about how like Arsenal, of course, like as I'm recording today, they lost to Newcastle and also Tottenham. But of course, it is a very tough week for us, for Arsenal fans. But I will address that in another episode. But that episode will be I'm gonna give my kind of like an end of season Arsenal review, but of course in a FIFA 22 career mode, which means that I will be reviving the Arsenal career mode, which I finished about a month ago. And of course, I'll be using this time to I'll be using that video to talk about Arsenal specifically, exclusively. So stay tuned for that if you guys are an Arsenal fan and want to hear how I think about the whole situation. But of course, this type of matters we'll leave it on to another episode. But today, first game, we pretty much won 3-1 to Cartagena right there. 3-1, a very nice game. Navarro, Ortiz, and also Aldeveros are on the score sheet, and we're moving on to the last day, pretty much the last 10 hours of the transfer deadline day, and we have roughly around 1.2 million euros to spend, and of course with 9,000 euros to on the wage budget. So right here, this is a player that I have been eyeing on. It's Javi Serrano, of course, from Atletico Madrid, and of course, he is quite expensive with the current value of 1.6, but offering a few players in for exchange. Turns out they wanted Anderson, who's our left midfielders. But you know what? This is a very controversial one because we indeed need to strengthen the middle part of the formation. And right there, of course, with the 500k plus, actually 600k plus Anderson, of course, agreeing with the wage right there to secure our signing right here, our second January signing today. And of course, a very excited youth players that we have. Unfortunately, he does not have a tag, but I'm not too worried. 65 overall at the age of 19 is pretty good. But yes, right now we only have one good, I would say a one good left midfielder. But of course, Navarro also can play on the left hand side, which means I can put Stronad, our central forward or our central attacking midfielder, play in the middle for some times. But you know what, since we are already out of the cup games, I don't need to worry about rotating players as much as we can, which means that we will be fully focusing on finishing this season strong, fighting for the promotion spot if we can. And right here, we receive a monthly youth report, and right there, the only bright player that I could see is probably one of the young goalkeepers, Cifuentes. I think that's how you pronounce his name. It looking pretty good with the range of 76 to 94 as the goalkeeper current with the current overall 58, I believe, if I didn't miss that one. So right here we're sitting at 7th, 5 points away from Corona, and of course we still have around 18 or actually 17 games to spare, which is quite a lot. But I believe that, you know what, we can use this time to regroup and try to reform the whole formation, the whole squad, and of course, Serrano right there making his debut for the club finally. And here comes the viral chips inside to Ortiz, and we scored the first goal of today's game, 1-0 so far within the course of 10 minutes. And here comes the other team. I don't know how you pronounce the other team, to be honest. And here comes Weisman's gonna take a shot, but good save by Moro. And of course, in the 28th minutes right here, pretty much the other team, they have pretty much everything, to be honest. Right there, have no clue how he just turned that one very sweetly. Just 180 turn, and literally I wasn't even expecting that at all. And of course, Fuenlabrada right there. We are pretty much tied the game right here. Serrano could have a chance to potentially scoring his first goal for the club right there, but turns out it was just a little bit wide. But good hard work right there by Urias, and pass it in the middle to Baldini, and we are taking the lead once again, 2-1. Of course, we have been struggling a lot defensively, but seems like everything looks fine right now. It doesn't seem like there are a lot of defensive issues here and there. Of course, keeping a clean sheet is still pretty much a problem for us. And right there, of course, we conceded another one, but again, I just need to buckle up, man up, and trying to sort out the whole defense situation. But of course, I believe if we have a much better player in the team, or a much better system, much better quality players at the back, we might potentially be, could potentially fight for the automatic promotion spot. And so Talos right there, our another central defender, has left the club with offer 1.4 million, which is quite good enough. Apparently, he is not quite in the team so far, so I'm not even gonna bother to keep him at this point. So decided to sell him for pretty much a good amount of money. Hopefully, I'll use that money to actually go for another youth scout. Of course, I said it before. The whole situation of finding a youth player is just a good youth player it's quite tough. We promoted 3 youth players, but none of them seems like a very good player as well. Yes, arguably Guzman, our right midfielder, is arguably the best one so far, 68 rated, but he does not play like he is a 68 rated player. So hopefully in the future we're gonna get a much better youth system. And right here, Baldini scoring the second goal of today's game after Ibar. The other team has given themselves a red card very early in the game, which gives us a very huge advantage to the team. And here comes Urias to Ilias to Baldini, but what a great turn. But of course, Baldini so far, it's our top goal scorer for the club so far. Not for the club, but also in the league as well. And of course, he is just only a lone player. The fact that right now I do have I do have thoughts about keeping or permanently sign one of these players in the near future, including this guy Tachi, our central defensive midfielder. Actually, not midfielder, defender. Actually, that's not even Tachi. That was a Strarnard, our youth player. But of course, Moro might be signing him. But since we just saw we have another youth gem in the system, potentially playing as a goalkeeper, not sure if I need Moro after that horrible attempt kicking it back to Tachi. And of course, again, we just couldn't keep a clean sheet. And Serrano making his second game debut, and right there scoring his first goal for the club, and good for him right there. And finally, 5-1, a very good score. But of course, you know what, we can't go down this game without conceding another one. And conceding the second goal. And right there, 5-2 is the final score. Yes, it is not the most perfect game you can ever ask for, but not the best, not the worst. Yes, conceded 2 goals while playing with an extra man, and of course, there's nothing else we can do but instead just to win games. And moving on to the third game of today's episode, we are playing Alcorcon right here. And of course, again, moving on to today's game, it is going to be another very important one, still fighting for that promotion spot. And here comes in the 5th minute right here. Here comes Ortiz to Serrano, looking for a pass in the mid, potentially to Ortiz. And so far, Ortiz has been scoring a lot of goals for us recently. And despite hitting the post, Navarro scores with header. Another great assist by Ilias right there to allow us to take a 1-0 lead. And of course, Ortiz, it's a very interesting player. Again, I don't see this player very special, but he stepped into the team when we need him to, and scoring bang quite a few goals and also a few assists as well. And here comes Navarro through 1-1 goal with the goalkeeper, and right there makes it 2-0 for the club. And within 15 minutes, we are pretty much very happy with the squad, with the score that we have right there. But of course, we just never know how defensively how capable we are sometimes, and how incapable we are most of the times. And Navarro right there took a shot, a very fast hat trick, pretty much within 30 minutes, and right there 3-0 to Fuenlabrada right there, and we pretty much seals out the win. And of course, right now, it's the question is, can we keep a clean sheet? I doubt we can. And right there in the 50th minute, the other team actually have a chance right here. We just couldn't get rid of the ball, and right there, despite a little touch by Moro, you have to let that one in. Unfortunately, defensively, we are that bad. And of course, there are a lot of times where CPU decided to turn against us in such a strong manner, and right there, that is the final score, 3-1, but I'm happy with that result. And right there, we are tied in terms of points with Girona right there, 44 points. But of course, in order to, to keep making improvement right now, taking over Girona, it is going to be a problem. Not a problem, but it is going to be a challenge. Right now, we are moving on to, I believe, the final game of this 5-game episode, and we are traveling away this time. And here comes Lasso. Oh my god, just like that, 10 minutes in, we just have to concede that 1 goal. And of course, defensively, we are, like, in terms of physique, we are definitely strong enough, but just defensive skills wise and everything overall, just not very good enough. But right there, it's a gift from the other team. They got themselves a red card right there. They're playing with 10 men down right now, and that's definitely, we do need to take that chance right there. 11-10 pretty much. But then of course, CPU for FIFA, they always have rooms to, like, ruin your day or something like that. Baldini, great turn, but unfortunately, good save by the goalkeeper. Here comes Navarro to Baldini. What a great finish right there. If you look at a replay just a second, pretty much you can see the ball is exactly going towards the top right hand corner. It is pretty much a pinpoint finish by Baldini, and we equalize as 1-1. 36 minutes in, here comes Aldeveros, try and go for a long ball to Baldini right there. Pretty much one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Very strong player overall, just beats the defender, and of course beating the goalkeeper as well. 2-1 for us. We just like that, we take the lead. But of course, the game hasn't end yet, and you will never know how bad we are defensively. 39 minutes in, Ortiz got the ball back pretty much right after the kickoff. Here comes Baldini to Navarro, again one-on-one with the goalkeeper, took a shot, and 3-1 in the 40th minutes. Of course, what a great turnaround by us overall, and what a great backflip as well. So a 3-1 right before halftime. That's pretty much, hopefully, could kill the game. And here comes the other team. Good save by the goalkeeper, but no clue what just happened there. It's just that it's like gluey hand is in it. Why not just push the ball away? And Moro has been making quite a few mistakes recently. Right there's one of them. The reflexes was great, and actually the reflexes was poor. But you know what? I can't really blame anybody. Right now we are just going for goals right now. Here comes Conte. Just gotta, just gotta sweat it to Ilias right there. I believe that's his first ever goal for the club as well. Hasn't been performing quite well in terms of goal scoring, but scoring right there, it's very important for him as well. And in the end, I would say this is probably one of the most enjoyable episodes that I recorded, winning the majority of the games except drawing one game. And right there, we have overtaken Tenerife right there, 6 plays right there, and so far with 3 teams with the same points as well. But I'm not quite sure with the goal difference right there. We have a higher goals difference than Girona. I believe that might be a glitch, or else I believe we are at 5th right there. But I don't know, is it me or am I not knowing anything? But that was a very weird one. I believe we should be sitting at 5th right now. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys in a bit.